So 1.3, solve linear equations. All right. So these problems say to solve the equation and check your solution. Okay, you have to do the and check part. I'll show you what you need to do for that. So starting with number 4, y minus 4 equals 7. So how would I solve that?
Add 4 to both sides.
So y equals 11. So then for the check part, we replace y with 11. So we have 11 minus 4 equals 7. And then you need to show that 7 is equal to 7. Okay, so you're going to leave the right side alone and only change the left side. Okay, now if you get to a problem where there's a variable on both sides, you're still not moving stuff left and right. You're showing that each side equals each other. So then, let's see, number 8. 4 equals 2/5 g. So how would I solve this one? Just yell it out.
So here's what I'm doing. So I would multiply both sides by 5 and divide them both by 2.
Okay, so you're going to multiply by 5 over 2. So then that's going to give you 20 over 2, which is 10. So then we'll plug it in to check it. So 4 equals 2/5 times 10. So then the 5 and the 10 can reduce to a 2. So then you'd have 4 equals 4. Let's see. 12. 4n minus 10 equals 12. So what do I do first with this one? Add 10, so 4n equals 22. Divide by 4, so n equals 22 over 4, which reduces to 11 over 2. So then to check, we have 4 times 11 over 2 minus 10 equals 12. The 2 and the 4 can cancel to give you a 2 on top, so that's going to give you then 22 minus 10 equals 12, and then 12 equals 12. All right, we okay on those, that type?
Would it be 22 equals 22?
Where?
For, like, the checking? Well, I don't know.
No, because I want you to leave the right side. Don't move anything across the equal sign on the
okay.
checking. Because that's how you actually show that it really is.
Okay.
And it's like, it doesn't really make that big of a deal like with this section, but when we get to later sections, there'll be stuff that says like, verify that this is true. And so when you do that, you can't move stuff side to side. You have to leave it on the side. So I'm just training you to do that now. All right, so that's with the variable on one side. So we're going to do a couple with it on both sides. So 22, computer's like freaking out over there. 6x plus 7 equals 2x plus 59. So with this kind, I want to get my variables on one side and my constant terms on the other side. And if you want to do that as one step, I'm completely fine with that, just to save room. So what I need to do first?
Subtract 2x.
So that's going to give me 4x plus 7 equals 59. And then what?
Subtract 7.
So 4x equals 52. And then what? And let's see, is that 13, I think? So then we still check it, plug it back in. And again, we're going to leave stuff on the side that they're on. So 6 times 13 plus 7 equals 2 times 13 plus 59. So what is that on the left?
78 plus 7.
78 plus 7, and the right?
6 plus 6.
So then we have 85, I think. And yep, 85. So that one's right. All right, one more of those ones. 28. 5m minus 2 equals negative m minus 2. So what do you want me to do first? Add m on both sides, that gives me 6m. And then what do I do then?
Add that to
So then that's going to give me 0 on that side. So then divide by 6, you just have m equals 0. And then check it. 5 times 0 minus 2 equals 0 minus 2. Negative 2 equals negative 2. Boom. Really hard math, isn't it? All right. Let's see. A little bit more in this section. Basically, we're doing the same thing, but now it's adding in the distributive property to it. So I'm just going to do one of those because it's literally the same thing. So number 38, we have 7 times t minus 3 equals 2 times t minus 9 plus 2t. So what do I have on the left?
7t minus 21.
7t minus 21. And how about the right?
2t minus 18 plus 2t.
All right, and then you move all your variables to the left, constants to the right. So I can go ahead and just know that the two t's together are 4t, so I can move that over. So that's going to give me 3t on the left, and then I can add the 21 over to the other side. So it's going to give me a positive 3. So then I have that t is equal to 1. And then I just plug it back in to check it. So 7 times 1 minus 3 equals 2 times 1 minus 9 plus 2 times 1. So that's 7 times negative 2 equals 2 times, what is that, negative 8 plus 2. Negative 14 equals negative 16 plus 2. Negative 14 equals negative 14. All right, and then the last one is the dreaded fractions. But I'm going to teach you a trick that you likely have not seen before, because it's not something I ever saw until I came back to teach, and then I saw a textbook do it. It makes it way easier. If you don't like fractions, I think you'll like this method. So, number 44. 1/5 d plus 1/8 d equals 2. Super random. Are any of y'all doing praise band? No, okay. Just checking. I didn't know if you were still doing the thing where they like leave class a couple minutes early, so I was like, if y'all are, I just need to know. All right, so we have fractions. Under ordinary circumstances, what would we have to do to be able to add those things together? Get a common denominator, but that's a lot of work and kind of annoying to deal with. So what we can do is we figure out, in a sense, still what the common denominator is, but we do it across the entire problem. Okay, so like both sides. So what would my common denominator be here? 40. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the entire thing, both sides, by 40. Okay, so the 40 and the 1/5 will cancel down to give me what? 8d plus 40 and the 1/8 cancel to give you 5d, and then equals, and then you have to remember to do the 40 times the 2. I've seen a lot of people that they're like, oh, like I like this method, but then they only do it to one side. Well, it doesn't work if you only do it to the one side. So then you would get 80 on that side. Then you have 13d equals 80. And then d equals 80 over 13. And just as a general thing, you do not have to check problems that are the fraction ones. So you wouldn't have to check the ones in section 43 through 50 because those are all fraction problems. All right, any questions about those? All right, so then your problems are going to be 9, 13, 23, 31, 35, 39, and 45, and 45 is the one where you don't have to check. Now, if you just want to be ambitious and check, you can, but you don't have to check number 45.